You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show where they come to you live now with Bathurst Street office, and we want to apologize because yesterday we not be able to bring on the Breakfast Show due to circumstance them will be beyond we control. Well, now so I will say good morning again and welcome you to the Thursday edition of the Breakfast Show where they come to you live now Liberty Online Television. Now the different platform they most want to get with this morning, and we will bring come this edition of the program to you. Mina Mebel Kabade say good morning.
And me na Al Hassan Kuma, good morning. Today na Thursday, August 7, and inside this edition of the Breakfast Show, we look at the opening of the second session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone, where President Bio Bingo opened.
All right, well, as another year from Al Hassan, this particular edition of the program today, we can talk about the state's opening speech where President Bio be go do na Parliament. Also, we can see he can go na Parliament for go address the nation, tell the parliamentarians them waiting governments don't do and waiting them the plan for do. And we see inside this particular state opening of Parliament, the President be address the nation. Also, I commend the member of Parliament them for the work where they do and self updates the public, but seeing them where in governments don't do. Well, for now we can talk about the highlights of what will happen at Parliament. Also the 6th of Parliament President, the 6th of August, President Bio go address them at the studio this morning. One for welcome we guest them where they can discuss about the highlights and will be happen inside the speech where the President be make. And at the studio this morning, a pleasure for get Honorable Jibrila Shaw Moyjoy, where they represent Bond District under the Sierra Leone People's Party in our Parliament. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Mabel, and good morning, the people of Sierra Leone. As soon as they watch you live this morning, Mina Honorable Jubrila Somwedre, Member of Parliament, representing the people of Banga District.
All right, and we also get at the studio this morning, Honorable Ibrahim Bari, he represents Bombali District under the All People's Congress APC Party. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, Liberty Online TV. Good morning, Sierra Leoneans.
All right, well, now the gentlemen and Danny from Parliament where they are this morning, for we can talk about the state's opening speech where President will go make a Parliament on Tuesday past. Also, we expect for be joined on the line by Marcus Bangura, where now the Executive Director for Citizens Forum for Democratic Accountability. On a continue for watch, members say yourself when they join the program, share the live, tell more people about Liberty Online TV. Make sure so you add your voice to the program by sending you message. Now the different platform they most they get. We go to the comment section and tell you what you think about the thing and where President Bio been talk about in Parliament. And also you will get the opportunity for send message to +232 74 200 545. But before we can talk to members of Parliament let me just quickly go back now the Well of Parliament where President Bio Bigo addressed the Member of Parliament Osai Al-Hassan Koromabinde and Igona report. And from the reports, we will talk to the Members of Parliament what did they think about the speech where the President be make, whether any difference from the former one where he don't make, and also waiting on some of the things where the President say he don't do for the people of Salon, as then a Parliament for represent people in a different districts outside and they under the district block system. We can discuss all of them in the program this morning. Make sure say yourself when they watch the program, send your comments at the comment section and at the different platform outside they get Liberty Online TV. Let me just watch the report where Al-Hassan Koroma puts together where they give highlights of some of the things where President Bio been talk about. Then we will come to the guest them.
Tuesday, August 6 this year, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, President Julius Maada Bio, don't do the state opening of the second session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. The President been first starts for talk on the Medium National Development Plan for 2024-2030, which I talk on agriculture and food security.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, no government can succeed without concrete and implementable medium and long-term goals meticulously designed to address the unique needs of its people and reflect their realities of the time. Even the best laid plans can encounter obstacles. But with such foresight, a nation remains, without such foresight, a nation remains vulnerable to the unpredictable challenges of our globalized world. For a relatively small country like ours, from the shifting winds of circumstances, this underscores the importance of Sierra Leone's Medium-Term National Development Plan 2020 and aligns seamlessly with global ambitions for a more developed and equitable world. The plan serves as a comprehensive blueprint of transformative acceleration in critical areas such as food security, human capital development, and job creation.
They continue to say in government don't prioritize feeds alone inside the Medium-Term National Development Plan as the government gets vision on a robust food production system.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, agriculture and food security are the cornerstones of a nation's stability and prosperity. Without the ability to feed our people, we risk sitting atop a volatile precipice poised for unrest and turmoil. The adage, a hungry man is an angry man, holds profound truth, highlighting the direct link between food scarcity and national security. In my address to this esteemed House last year, I emphasized that prioritizing investment in agriculture can mitigate food price volatility, enhance our resilience to external shocks, and advance our journey towards food self-sufficiency.
President Bio talked on the $480 million MCC compact where go drive government reform na the national sector, agriculture, mining, and this money will create more jobs for Sierra Leoneans.
The MCC provides grant funding for large-scale infrastructure projects, reducing fiscal pressure, allowing for increased investment in social goods, and signaling Sierra Leone as a prime investment destination. The $480 million MCC compact will drive profound governance reforms in the energy sector, enhancing financial viability, increasing access to reliable energy, and stimulating growth in agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. MCC investments will create jobs and new income streams for Sierra Leonean businesses.
President Julius Maada Bio say a proud for announcing Salone don't make an historic second tenure as an elected member of the United Nations Security Council on January 1st, 2024.
Proud to announce that Sierra Leone commenced its historic second term as an elected member of the United Nations Security Council. This transformation from a situation country to a principled and effective member resulted from my leadership and the concerted effort of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Affairs. Sierra Leone now has a seat at the highest table of matters of the international peace and security, presenting a unique opportunity to participate in global discussions and influence decisions in the world's premier body responsible for maintaining international peace and security.
The President ended up for call on the honorable members of Parliament for work together and show commitment to the principle of good governance, and he say we all go work together for Bill Mama Salone. For Liberty Online TV, Al-Hassan Kouma, the report.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch Liberty Online Television as we bring you more information at our studio. From what you don't watch, that will be the message the President Julius Maada Bio been making at the well of Parliament for talk about things that we don't do over the years. Continue to watch this at Liberty Television. Today we look at the President and message we be doing the state opening at the well of Parliament inside the second session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. Continue for watch and say we message to the number 074-200-545, 074-200-545. Now the number we will say we message or you drop your message in the comment section.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show, and from Parliament, Usai, we just watch short part span waiting President Bio Bingo talk. When they come to the member of Parliament, and when we get at the studio this morning for council, we waited and think about the thing the way President Bio talk about inside in speech na Parliament. We all know say the member of Parliament and go for take a long time for discuss and debate the President in speech. But ahead of that, we just can begin the discussion na Liberty Online TV. Let we know waiting with members of Parliament and think, but waiting the President be don't go talk. And the car we just hear from the President, it don't go lay the agenda as to waiting governments don't do so far. Part from the thing where the President talk, we go for can look at them. It make mention of the medium-term national development plan. It talk about Salone position na the United Nations Security Council. It talk about feed Salone when one of the priority areas and for government for this second term of President Bio. Feed Salone na in flagship project. Of course, we go for can talk about wait till the President talk about that. It also make mention of the supports we in government don't do in terms of women empowerment, the gender bill. It talk about it of course make mention of the human capital development and many other things than where the President talk about. But before we can go into the different aspects of the President in speech, let me just hear from the members of Parliament. I'll start from you, Honorable Ibrahim Barry. How you go describe the speech where the President go make to honor the members of Parliament them and by extension to the public as to waiting in governments don't do? How you go describe the speech first?
Thank you so much, Mabel. First, a good follow we lay the foundation when at the essence of that particular day, where na a day where presidents they come for start a new session at Parliament for updates the public on in achievement over the years and in plans for the following year. So last year, if we don't come for open the Parliament on this particular period, and we don't lay in plans them, we're in line with the Big Five agenda, and they don't come update we waiting they don't do, and waiting and plan for do. As an opposition, we welcome the President when we are there to fulfill the tenets of democracy, and we see and say now a speech where, of course, for echo the call of my leader, Honorable Abdukabo, na Parliament immediately after the program on that day on the press conference, we see say now a message, a speech we try for call for unity, where the president urge people them for DBN, the government for work together for address the Big Five agenda. So we see and say now a push for achieve the goals and the plans of the government, which we as an opposition welcome, as we always say. Being an opposition not means say we are opposed to the development of the country, but rather we are there to provide oversight, to serve as the checkmate on the ruling government for ensure say they do the right thing. So I think on a general note, it was as usual a state opening outlining the achievements of the presidency of the government over the 1 year and then the plans in the coming year. So we welcome and as an opposition.
All right, well, that's now Honorable Ibrahim Barry. It represents Bombali district under the All People's Congress APC party. And according to them from the opposition bench, believes that the president's speech will go make na parliament, now one way they bring a lot of message about unity. When they come over to Honorable, the next member of parliament, Honorable Jubrila, in the represents both districts, SLPP. We go for can look at the difference in them, but we just want to know how they go describe the message of the president's care go to then the members of parliament and serve the public. How you go describe the president's speech?
First, I want to appreciate the leadership of the Sierra Leone People's Party and the leadership of the House of Parliament for one of the most unique state opening ever from public opinion, from the commentary, from the speech from His Excellency. I would describe it in a few words, like democratic, focused speech, a patriot, forward-thinking speech. We see across from the address, they talk about, like we rightly mentioned, the medium-term plan. We get to do it how this country will get for the like in the next couple of years, from 2024 to 2030. You get a clear roadmap of how this country get for the. So I call them a forward-thinking speech or address where they give the people of this country hope. And when you look at waiting at the activity itself or the event we'll talk about for the address on the state of the nation. Usawide in opening paragraphs talk about unity, peace, cohesion, democratic principles, how we all go before embrace that and lay clearly the foundation as to how if we for go forward, we for ensure say that get for be the bedrock, that get for be the foundation. So basically, that's why we look at that speech there, as one way for bringing everybody together.
Well, the opposition and the ruling seem for them at the same line in terms of describing the kind of speech the presidents don't make in a parliament, talking about unity and bringing people together. But as it is now, based on the way how the country economy, the challenges and way people go through for getting daily bread, I believe say then focus now on waiting the president talk na parliament say he don't do. We get for do with feed salon. I go briefly read part of the thing them now the president in speech where he talk about feed salon. He say in government don't focus on addressing key constraints such as finance, soil fertility, water management, mechanism, quality seed inputs, infrastructure, development of technology and research for boost agricultural productivity. And the president also mentioned in speech on the feed salon say expansion of rice production, for example, is say they don't expand rice production area them way include inland valley swamps, irrigated fields, mechanized services and serve other things what the president say he don't do a part of in government in plan for boost the feed salon. From the Sierra Leone People's Party SLPP, how you go explain to the people them, a representative in a parliament, the president as far as in concern inside in speech we make, government don't make efforts for address the key constraints them where they affect people them right now where you talk about feed salon. how you go explain to the people in terms of addressing the issues and we get to do with waiting people they eat, where the president say the government don't make strives them towards improving?
If you go back to the speech, just like we read the highlights or the points there, where the feed salon itself get for address, the statement around if we not prioritize agriculture, if we not prioritize feeding this country, which is not the danger we are up. Now very key in that statement. Then it clearly tell the people of this country say the president serious but this country instability. And this country instability is only guaranteed when we will for grow waiting with the eat. And eat waiting with the grow. And therefore we prioritize this like big five game changers, the agenda.
Honorable, with the message of the president, we strictly talk on agriculture and food security. We get for do with feed salon. Like you rightly mentioned, a prioritize things them way we for grow and feed we save. Does that reflect to the people of Sierra Leone? Exactly.
That now the points that they try for me clearly, and I give if I mean the right person for saying this one of the hubs for this agriculture na salon for feed salon. Now we say me come on at Tomabo. Okay? And I also for be a member of the agriculture committee. In fact, I co-chair the tail end of the session, the fourth session of the 6th Parliament. I know clearly what in this mean the seriousness where government don't put by this thing, by this feed salon business. If you watch closely the analysis where the presidential spokesperson, Honorable Alhaji Alpha Khan, been give in details of waiting in terms of rice production, okay? Where now in the hub, the foundation of all other things that we will talk about vegetable, we will talk about cocoa, but waiting paramount, waiting day before that we staple food. Then they get for do it waiting rice production. Now, first time in this country's history, agriculture has been across all the previous leaders' agenda. But first time in this country where we don't see across this country, anywhere you go as it's done also, you see farms across. Now the project management unit under the Ministry of Agriculture, we get projects and we don't take this thing head on. Like FSRP, it is all over this country. Then disburse funds for let people and plant rest, mechanized farming. Not only that one day try the way people and they take whole and then they go the whole year something at one, able for complete 1 acre. But this one is a situation where we get tractors, they get machinery, where in the plow rest, then plant across this country. Yesterday, day before yesterday, when presidential spokesperson they talk and when you go on the records, and they tell you say they don't plant up to about 30,000 hectares across Tomabo, Mambolo, Samu, Komasama. You get other, like we say, inland valley swamps. You go to Kenema district, for example, they own primarily 90% of how they do Gandhi. They own rice production in inland valley. It is all over by chiefdom, by sections across the country. And we believe, say, taking it to mechanization in terms of the speed, in terms of the quality, by the time the planting season, the harvesting season, they reach its peak, we will be able to get bokures at the market. It is all over. You go Mambo, how they call this place? Society, this Magash. Okay? FSRP operated. If you go, we get RIKE, Regional Agro-Industrial Cluster. They get their own farms where they make na Bondapi, they get one where they make na Tomabon area, they get the regional rice value chain, when are the popular Tomabon project. You go there now, they get their own vast cultivation where they do. So with all the one and they practically then at the ground, not on paper again, a clear indication say we ready for translate what's in the paper, this feeds alone, into a practical scene where we all get for see by the time we go into.
Then you say married with a sweeter from the bachelor's eve. I mean, if we talk about the president don't say machinery then they fertilization, they don't put money there and equipment them and all of that. It reflects to the people, and because as we talk so, they still they import rest when our staple full still expensive na the market. And you make mention of tomabum. If we say we want for going to tomabum, we know how many years and how much money don't go into tomabum. But up till now, people still buy less expensive one.
The misconceptions around this tomabum thing, I think this is a perfect opportunity for lawmakers. Let people know in this country and across the world. If you want to go into serious agriculture, we move from subsistence. In other words, like Peter been mentioned earlier, you use hoe, you use cutlass for go brush, the whole year, a small space you go for do. For let you able for produce rest in this country, for compete with waiting with the import. We as we call them import substitution. That's waiting with the produce in this country in terms of rest, we able for dinner markets all over. We're not going to just grab one day and go do them. What do we need? We need the foundation. And the foundation, the infrastructure. The tomabum project hugely in the first phase of them began for focus on infrastructure in terms of waiting, storage facilities, okay? In terms of waiting, linkages, road, irrigation. As I talk to you, so you go now the same tomabum we talk from Victoria on to Mano Koriganya, but the irrigation is stopped na Bembo. That's about 5 to 6 mile stretch where this road get for pass. We said get for past the canal. For there we the plant right across the season. As it is now only one time with the plant over the years. But this one, for there we forget huge turnout in our agricultural activities. We need this irrigation so that we're able to plant the hybrid where they come from, like the slurries where they get for doing seed multiplication. They come. If we able for do that, we able for guarantee say we will produce the rest in that quantum. If you go, we get the meals and where they don't rehabilitate and don't build new one them, then get drying floors. Okay, so then one day for the tomabum project, now so is that. But if you forgo just begin plant rest, you know, we harvest that rest day. For example, who say you put them?
So now who stage it right now?
As it is, we almost done there at the tail end of the infrastructural aspect of it. Because by next dry
Honorable, you know how long these projects done day in a salon?
Very well.
So how long it need for take for let you want for plant rest and harvest them?
Okay. The tomabum project where you know span through from the first 5 years of His Excellency the President, and as I tell you, that they've been there at that level of putting up the infrastructure. But coming into the second time, we in a day we prioritize the feeds alone. Don't tell you say we don't roll over into Usa we start by putting up the infrastructural mechanism, and now we go down they go simultaneously with the cultivation itself. By the time we go into next dry season, and they tell you say the irrigation process go on complete. The stores and like I said, then now the mills and they all over. Yeah. So going to the next planting season, we don't need to go back into infrastructure. We go into the cultivation proper. And by the time we cultivate now, we get all the facilities, basic way we need for ensure say we reach that peak in terms of reproduction.
Honorable, you think say Sierra Leoneans for depend on the tomabum, and because you from your opening statement we still there on the infrastructural aspects of that particular thing. So when people expect we for start for get production from tomabum, because from the president in statement now the will of parliament, now the time this way Sierra Leone for start for feed, we for depend on what we they produce here. And if you check now the market now, the things that we produce here, they are more expensive than the things that we export. If you compare the rest we they produce here and the rest we they come into the country.
You know, because the rest what they produce now is still the part of that conventional production scheme. You know, actualized in terms of what they talk now, the feed salon. And the feed salon, now the pilot phase of this 1 year will pass the planting season. And by the time the rainy season they elapse, we go into the harvest season. Like I tell you about the 30,000 hectares where we cultivate across the communities there. The result what we expect is about 500,000 bag rice, where the analysis they go like a equivalent to 2.5 shipments of rice we've done the import. Yeah, we'll get for save a huge amount of money, and we now go into that the calculation for say all the charges, all the rigors where they go through for import, the taxes and all that. By the time we produce in that quantum, we don't get for pay all the charges, and then you now know say the price of rice they drastically reduce because now we don't grow up, and it take the time, but it take a process. So I can tell now authoritatively by the next 6 months where we they go into the harvest season. This which will the talks on now they actualize, will they see the rest in the market across this country?
Inside the next 6 months.
Inside the next 6 months will they go into the harvest season.
We go bring you back for remind you.
Honestly.
All right, Honorable Jibrila. Let me just bring that's Honorable Jibrila. I come out now the Sierra Leone People's Party in a parliament today with the support of the president in state opening speech. According to the feed salon inside the next 6 months, it don't promise the people of Salon say we go begin for see rest for example go in a market way not go expensive because now the rest way we go to grow na salon. But let me just say from the opposition, Honorable Ibrahim, we don't hear it from Honorable Jibrila. According to the feed salon when a government in priority program right now, based on what the president go say, and Honorable Jibrila just don't tell the people of Salon say inside the next 6 months, let them take them from them. Then go begin see salon rest na markets where go make rest not go expensive like a ED. From the opposition, from what I don't see so far, feed salon a dream where President Bio go able for actually make it happen under in tenure.
Thank you so much, Mabel. To be honest with you, you know the pain where some of you feel, where they give you an opportunity, young people then, for join the train, for help for address the development needs of the country. Now the lack of honesty in leadership. You know, Mabel, the hope where so many people get now, that they believe that Sierra Leoneans are no longer fools. You know, one lecturer you always tell me, say, we have moved from government to governance. Today, not to a world where not just government they talk no more. The media, you are here. Anything will say now, we are on record. The civil society. Maybe for 10 years, if somebody plan for rule for 10 years, and already don't rule for 6 years, you know what I mean? You are 60% of your time. It means at that point, for some of you who don't work na NGO, some of you who don't work na project, out of 100%, you don't work for 60%. You get for put promises behind you and get to action. Maybe we didn't pray for let the feed salon fail. No, in the beginning of me opening remarks, I tell you say, we are not opposed to development. We dey pray, let the feed salon succeed. We dey pray, let the country become food self-sufficient. But the truth now that the promises versus the reality is starkly different. Maybe as we see, the recent WFP country brief when they put for Sierra Leone in June 2024. If you click on now, you see a World Food Program, Sierra Leone Food Security Brief, country report, June 2024. You know what in the rank we food insecurity? They say Sierra Leoneans are 82.3% food insecure. That mami when they usai honorable komoso, and all that South say so. That mami when they na kavala, and all that South they say so. That broken down for you. You know, I get a lecturer where tell me say, they tell me how they come into this policy. We say, Barry, say I am worried. He said it is a different war between we, the poor people, and Una. And I tell you after the president's speech, I read the message. He said, I follow your speech, I saw your dresses. He said, but the problem why they get with some of Una, he said it's like Una they live in a utopian world. He said you were in parliament, the president they paint a picture, like say this country, everything okay. He said, can't they admit that we now one of the most the country where get people that were angry, people that were poor, people that were things are hard. Even on human development, what they talk about so. The 2024, the Sierra Leone Human Development 2024, out of 193 countries, you know what's the rank with? You know what's the rank Sierra Leone? 184. The recent World Food Security make is no hope. So it tells you we are not praying. We want to let the feed salon succeed. When I started my debate, if you go back to the record, me and one part of the people that we take feed salon as a theme for focus on. I look at two blueprints. I look at the Rwandan blueprint, a country where adopt agriculture as a flagship program, waiting and do till outside and this one. I advise them. I look at the Zimbabwe context, a country where bring the green revolution. But with corruption, with excessive wage bill, with unnecessary travel, with corruption, similar to everything they do so, they fail.
Honorable, from what you say, you know the pray as an opposition for the feed salon project fail. You know, you mentioned the president don't spend 6 years in office now, and if the project probably it gets something like 4 years more. So you feel say the feed salon, just from what Honorable Moje don't say, in 6 months time would they probably they expect something good will come from that particular project there?
Well, the good thing we are on public, we are on record, and he don't make a policy statement. He's a member of parliament. He say within 6 months, and I wonder on a data. I wish we could call me back on that day, but it is a scary something. You know why I say scary? The economy is unpredictable. In public policy, we get what we call unintended consequences. Development not like hard science. We go see as luck, you say we get fire, it will turn to attack. No. When we be the project, the development, even we in real time, nobody predicted the Ebola, the COVID. You know, the plan of feed salon is a good one. And we as an opposition, we support. We do everything for let with people there. Because if you know
how they give support to the feed salon?
Massively. That's what we are doing. Now one for force the drivers there, where they drive the country, for be honest to the people there, for take the right approach, for ensure say the feed salon is inclusive, for ensure say the feed salon is proper, for ensure say we in the implementation of the feed salon, we cut down on leakages, we cut down on corruption, we prioritize the poor.
But you see sign for say the feed salon go actually happen, because like I've been read earlier, the president make an clear address say in governments they address key constraint them like finance, soil fertility, the development of technology, infrastructure, and for putting it in place for actualizing feed salon. You they see them from the opposition angle.
You know why I see them, Mabel? Our worry as an opposition, now the strategy of them people there. Our worry now the drivers they were in control. Our worry is the lack of honest leadership. You understand? The drive is a laudable one, you know, but you can't. What's the honorable they say so? Now something we're worrying. Una don't take 6 years. Then now you are telling us that let we hope say in the next 6 years things are still expensive. And maybe one thing I need for do. No, you don't wait for me, honorable. This no way be the talk. I sit down quiet and listen to you.
What do you think say they not get right on the feed salon? What do you think the government they miss?
What thing they know they get right? One, now inclusion. Development today, you get for ensure say you include from the opposition to traditional authorities and transparency and accountability. Some of them think that what president go say, I get people ready to come and say, oh man, that's what this thing they go so investment. What's that with the bar? You left we, you call people the way they.
So the opposition no know nothing about feed salon?
No, we know, we can't. We are part of governance.
So how you talk about inclusion? Others are not included?
Inclusion in a sense, maybe. Where the man talk now about the feed salon, these are, una self tell us say, the promises and the reality is different. Maybe we are in a country wherein people are hungry.
You know, the country
people are hungry. Prices of everything don't skyrocket. The economic policies is full of mismanagement, misroad, to a point that all what they experience now as a result of the decision. And one thing what they know they do again, they know they blame again the PCO because they don't run out of power for 6 years. So you see they are tired now. Now they are telling you about pilots in the first year, that they can't get to this. But it is 6 years. See, the Leoneans are suffering. The people of this country, they suffer. You go to market, go talk to the people and go Falaba, go Kaila, go Mamba, go to the villages. Our people are suffering. No, but
Honorable Baggy, una don't as an opposition, una don't able for give some ideas because however we get some other members them. We probably get ideas with regards to agriculture and food security.
You know that very well.
So how best we are able to give idea to the government?
You know that very well. Despite all the things in the election, despite all the bad things there, we go to parliament, we participate in budget process. Today we don't start with monthly press conference as a parliamentary group. Despite all the challenges in the country, we do a monthly press conference for ensuring we will provide alternative solutions. But the problem is they listen. This is not a listening government. They do something only way comfortable for them.
So you don't think that we will achieve feed salon?
No, we are not praying for that. We are worried with their strategy. So we are worried with the problems, the challenges. Okay, Honorable Ibrahim, we'll come to you shortly.
Yes.
According to Honorable Ibrahim, they're worried as an opposition based on the thing them waiting to see inclusion and one way make mention of say the feed salon. Then we want for let it succeed, but from waiting in the sea, people have been left out. What will be response?
To that end, I want to submit to my honorable colleague say in a statement. Not just that not constructive in the presentation of what we really want for man for let's talk. In terms of practically, who we did now with the feed salon. That was the basic question, simple. But all the figures go on the internet, WFP brief, blah 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 blah. It don't make sense to this conversation as it is.
The situation of the country don't make sense.
Honorable, 1 minute. We talk about a situation where we did at a stage of rolling out the policy. It's not just a manifesto commitment now, but it's now a policy, yeah, for which the president deliver the State of the Nation address last year, August 3rd, and to this one, August 6th, when at the second session, waiting we don't do over the course of this period. You they say 6 years, and the first 5 years of SLPP leadership in this country, we begin a flagship project where everybody knows how long take her, and even roll over to the second term when I've been waiting the human capital development. We don't come to the second term of the governance. We say we prioritize waiting feed salon, agriculture. No, we're all over the place. So I want to tell me, brother, clearly say one, they follow up, because if they follow up very well, you're supposed to know who's how we did now. If you go back to parliament from the APC bench, you get senior MPs then and they call for you. Like one with an honorable Saliu Usman, SOS, to say, from Bombali, where you don't chair this agriculture committee, where they part of that committee now. If you ask them, if you listen.
But you agree, say, rest not affordable as it is now.
I explain that they say, rest not going for be affordable as it is. Rest not going for be accessible as it is.
But the way it make mention of, say, there are challenges.
But that's not, when that's how they come. When they talk about a field salon project, who don't start 1 year off into this seriously, proper. And that 1 year, you know, this is a period where you get to do with cultivation, planting, and waiting, harvesting. I don't give you a clear roadmap. By 6 months from now, you see, I don't give you this one authoritatively. I don't tell you. Just 2 days ago, and they talked to the project manager of the regional rice value chain, where they manage the project with the Tomabo. That even by December, some areas will then plant early. Yeah, the combined harvesters will begin enter for doing the harvesting. That's just about almost a month from now. It's even below.
But even before they wait for the big harvest,
yes.
From when President Bio came in 2018, one thing where he been say, in cabinet ministers, then people and where they give work to, it tell them to let everybody go plant. And from when they begin plant in 2018, up till now you go ask for pepper, yabas, all in the way with the grown salon. They are still expensive.
Unfortunately.
So why people for believe say this one are a game changer?
Unfortunately, the field salon scheme will operate on quite different from which we talk. We
but
still
it's part of feeding salon.
We still go back to the subsistence idea. Now, when we come into the field salon, either kind talk much. We did not talk about mechanization.
So that
we did not talk about agribusiness. Not like yeah. When you go through the details of waiting. President highlights. Honorable, you understand? You get to understand waiting a governance. I'm not expecting you're going to talk at this level. If I don't group pass this for no, waiting then a paper, waiting with the prioritize, waiting with the do. Go to the field, go across this country. I bet you for Musa Sidonso. I don't tell you clearly, see one at the common at the hub of this agricultural activity when Atoma Boom and the part of the agriculture committee.
And that's
so I'm not waiting at the talk. I know the talk just because I want to impress. This is a practical something. At the time when we dey talk say backyard gardening, not to that level we dey operate right now. We dey talk about what? Mechanization. We dey talk about serious agribusiness. And by achieving all this, you don't see the rollout of what's talking about expansion of rice production, talking about mechanization of value chain, and all that. Now the stage we dey now. So that stage dey starts last year. And it will roll over.
That seems to be hopeful, but the worry where people get is if you're not able to manage the small one where you be encourage you young cabinet minister them for do, how you go able to handle the broader picture?
No, listen, the coverage of monitoring, the coverage of investment for that particular model where they talk so backyard gardening, that's what they call it practically, no visible. But this is a project now as the flagship project of the policy of the big five game changers we're talking about. The model of implementing, of rolling out, is quite different from that. Now that's how they try for level now understand.
So like, meaning this is a long-term project.
It is, but it is already, it has already started, sir. I have explained this clearly.
So we expect something in 6 months like you mentioned?
I will repeat that authoritatively until I leave this
The
place.
first big harvest is in the next 6 months.
In the next 6 months, across this country, where all the projects, units I gave you, the FSRP project, the RIKE project, the RRVCP project, and so many other components there, where they support the Feed Salon project, they get their hands on deck for go. And if we go back to the statement like I've been say, I'm not going to end this one on this matter if I not go back to Honorable Ibrahim Barry. There are times when maybe if we're not able to control this conversation very well, we respond within the limit of waiting expected of we. If we talk about waiting unnecessary travel, if you sit down here and talk about unnecessary travel, then you don't even understand how this
opinion if he thinks that it affects
no, but that is
the
not
overall feed
that is not
salon.
the context of the conversation, man. And when he calls it unnecessary travel, meaning he does not understand the country we are living. If you go back to the speech, if we go back to the speech, we talk about mobilization of external resources. The president clearly make and say, in a world where smaller nations grapple with limited resources, Sierra Leone is one. Where do we get all the monies for roll over that project and me and you they talk saying I just a dream, I just promise. When you don't get the money then I now because if we don't get the money then the president in the wisdom not the sit down and full hand full foot. We they grapple with resources for actualize with dreams them, with plans them. You can go out and spend the money then they. When you go under that external resource mobilization, you see in an instance where government don't get money from IMF, about 200 million, we don't complete that day, then they go over for give another one. You get who side the president co-chair the roundtable discussion around with OPEC fund at Vienna, where they pledge about 800 million United States dollars for look at the investment in the we are also in the pool of money. So if you want to don't state out every day.
Honorable Moije, before we lay this issue to rest, we get for do with agriculture and food security because plenty things and we will get to discuss with regards to the president in speech.
Okay.
Plenty things and the way the president is on that very day at the well of parliament. Like you don't give you 6 months, I say we go for expect and harvest from the feed salon. If that's happened, are we expecting the cost of rice for like a candle?
That one, we go back to the calculations and agree as to what we invest and how we start. It's a gradual process. We talk about affordability, we talk about accessibility. The first point I will re-emphasize, get for do it with accessibility. That is the rest will get for day in the market of this country. That's one. Okay? All waiting we put into that, the magnitude, the quantum they produce for this year, for compete with waiting, the import, rest will they come now market for flow across this country. For ensure say, waiting we don't produce now don't outweigh waiting they come. Then we able for stabilize that price. Then when we get to that peak day, we will able foresee the realities of that. But waiting at the guarantee now the fact say under the Feed Salon project, we know they talk about prices now. The Feed Salon don't talk about price now yet. Waiting with the assure is about the availability of waiting we able for cultivate.
But the availability now in the inform the cost.
The cost. So that's now the byproduct. The cost is a byproduct of the availability. So waiting I want for emphasize now as it is. Let we assure we self like I don't give now this time frame. By the time we don't get the rest available in the market, then we will look at the dynamics as to how the price adjustment will get for come. Because you get for look at other factors we go influence that day. We're not going to tell you when you don't come.
All right, Honorable. Continue for the weeks at the program, Honorable Jibrila. We will come back to you shortly. With a lady feed salon to rest a bit and come over to other thing where the president make mention of. We just want to look at the priority areas for the public, because one feed salon we know say people they struggle right now for getting hand to mouth, because the president said without accept say things are challenging, the economy is not doing well. So from feed salon, let me just look at the healthcare sector. The president in speech under the healthcare, under human capital development, healthcare. The president say our commitment to affordable and quality healthcare aligns with global call for universal health coverage. And he also continues to say building on successes of the past 5 years. We have leveraged health financing through partnership with World Bank, Global Fund, FCDO, among others, implementing schemes to reduce patients' out-of-pocket costs. Diana, we go begin from Honorable Ibrahim. They start with you. Out-of-pocket costs. The president said in the implementing scheme here for reduce them, and then they build on what they don't do inside the past 5 years. How you go describe healthcare in terms of the present day and the past successes where the president say then they build on?
Similar to the response on agriculture, I think the facts say they celebrate those achievements or priority. They show you say because the situation is dire, and again based on what I say on the feed salon, it's similar to this one, that the promises versus the reality is stark wall. You know, some of we so happy they are the provinces, then we go to the regional hospitals, we go to the PHUs, we go to the maternity health post, you know. So the drive towards all of these things is a good one. We say, had it been us, we put more attention to it. You know, say there has never been any significant investments in the health sector compared to what you do there. In the early 2000s, we were the worst in terms of infant and maternal mortality. The statistics were there. So we champion the free healthcare and we applaud them with themselves. They continue on that part. But you know, on our day, you say we recruited 5,000 health workers, increased the number of doctors to over 600, public-private cost recovery. You know, the massive ships, of course, we see some of them dancing there. You know, and then somebody asked me, one of my students, I also a lecturer at the University of McKinney, so he called me and said, Honorable, as if I said, care, this 5,000. I said, but what are some of the processes then in terms of accountability, transparency of some of them? I say, because we don't see the recruitments of them 5,000 health workers, they have not see public service commission there and that, for they do make it. So we will wish the president, I say, well, we'll get for debate. At least the president don't come, we'll forget 5 days debate of this program here. But one thing we some of really urge in these sectors is about the transparency, it's about the accountability. We people them, we don't do that health side, some of them don't for so long they struggle for PIN code, you know, the health system, you go to the regional hospitals, it's still there and challenging, it's not easy. You go to the villages, then we see one thing where one video, I don't know if it be one of our colleagues there, we then take a woman who be and deliver hammock and that Falaba and for both and that place, it's still worried. Though we don't make a trend, thanks to the free health care where we start so they can continue for me able to minimize the infant and maternal mortality. But again, there is a concern about transparency, there is a concern about accountability, especially in terms of the recruitment of the high number of health workers there.
So according to you, what's in the president's make mention of now in speech? It they happen at the ground. Healthcare, where you talk about that part where you say they want for reduced from the money where people only pay when they go to hospital then.
You know they happen.
The in-pocket cost.
That one, you know they happen. That one, In fact, the civil society, the media, you will be the best people to go and talk to people. In fact, say to me as a member of parliament 2 months ago, you can't. It is difficult. Sometimes you ask them, what's in the challenge? They say the context, the reality is not easy. Some of them, there was a situation somewhere where a particular nurse will explain, say, if we're not able to take some of them small money there, we're not be able to run even some side they fear for allocate, and we're not going to let people in there. And so that they
So what about the facility then? Because even make mention of the latest health facility in Alumni where it launched this BNSM. What about the facilities then?
Yeah, well, we also welcome, we see massive public-private partnership in we see the support of the WHO, we welcome them. We also they support them in that drive for HLC to address the things, the health crisis of the country. Maybe to be honest with you, there are certain things you don't politicize them. When it comes to health of a country, they politicize, and we also will be Ebola. Even for this current president, HB, can join with the fight. Hungry, politicize her. So now make when my brother be the top, they make a picture like say,
so is government politicizing health?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm trying. You are asking me what I mean. I say we applaud the facilities, we applaud the recruitment, and then we also want to draw to the attention, see, the health sector, there is a serious crisis, and we get a situation where health workers, then the moment they highlight the challenges, you go and say they don't sack one. If at the last time, we get that picture there.
Yeah. So just like we applaud government and not for mix politics into the health, because that one keep out areas in the country. How you go able for compare from the time when I left this free health care compared to where this present government can take? There has been any improvement so far with regards to the health sector?
In fact, in terms of goal, we scored the greatest goal in the health sector, because sometimes it's about the challenge where they meet and how they able to level up. You understand? We take over where the worst research been proved, say 1 out of every 3 belly woman they be dying in this country. We able prioritize the free health care, we able to ensure say we get regional hospitals and all of those things. Then self come, they say, well, this is a policy we work on. It's a good one. But there are concerns of transparency and accountability in the health sector. There are concerns, let we know they stop, we help people then for show we the reality. Like I remember the time when they show the pictures of the dead body they need to that push. You get that woman we show the video and cannot where they say they don't transfer and the other thing. Let us welcome. You cannot succeed. Even the West, they get problems in their health and education. We have to welcome some of these things. They don't go point something. You say, no, this in the underlying government, you can't today. No. We need for in as much as Adea, remember how Adea as opposition, and they tell you say, some of them say we applaud them, but let us also open the challenges. You go only address the challenge where you will identify them. And the reality is that we health sector still need massive improvements. You go to the rural areas, it's not a good picture.
All right, Honorable Barry, we'll come to you back. Let me just bring Honorable Moijoy. Let we know, because President Bio say waiting and implement under healthcare now for reduce the out-of-pocket costs of the patients. Governments not able to achieve this.
Okay, so if you go back to the line and read them clearly, out of the very many paragraphs where they on the human capital development, healthcare specifically, and are just one of the tens of paragraphs there. So if we try to look at the reduction of out-of-pocket from patient as the only key parameter for look at on the gains for the healthcare on that.
Because then gains and they all for speak to reducing the out-of-pocket costs. When in the people are interested, among all the many things where the president talk about healthcare.
In fact, there's a new vocabulary in terms of the dispensation of this country over the course of time. Yeah, if we go back to Usao Komon from free healthcare, then that was a project in this country where somebody they say, not free, where they talk or where you go, not so free. Because they will therefore go write the medicine in a paper and say, go buy, go so. We don't go through all them trends then. But if you look at, now I just try to tell you that how we they do this in terms of partnership. The paragraph talk about working with development partners, yeah, Global Fund, World Bank, and FCDOs for ensuring we achieve this. And once they come down, they see the gains that we don't make in terms of the mobile clinic, yeah. If you go into analysis proper, you get for look at who say somebody go get for pay Okada money, transport for access the health facility, and you left sit down at your community they come. So if you minus, for example, the money we for we don't take for pay Okada or for pay motoka for Keigo, now they come, now you do not. By every indication, it's a cost that is being reduced on you. Because nobody not responsible for pay transport for Lego. So this can happen in so many other folds where we go able to do this. The habit, the attitude of we know system across. This not a story. If you go, anybody where they listen me, don't encounter this one or more occasions. You go to person in the hospital, you go to patient, you see how the nurse system is so hostile sometimes to people there. That's a very different case as to waiting at the desire, waiting at the dream, waiting at the programs of a government, as against waiting the practicalities and way they display the everyday with people and they go. But in the broader picture, we they try to look at how we go able to take this country from the condition where they. For example, if you go to paragraph. If we go to paragraph 44, where they talk about the partnership with JICA and other funding institutions for rehabilitate up to about 16 government hospitals, where you don't complete one. If you go to some government hospitals in this country, they see how dilapidated their compounds and they did. How unhealthy it is.
We specifically want for stress on this out-of-pocket cost. We maybe just mention because if we look at waiting in at the paper and practically waiting they happen at the hospitals across the nation, it could be different. So like how governments go able for see how best able for monitor and see that from waiting the president talk now things that will happen so at the various hospitals across the country.
If you go to the wordings of this paragraph, it says we are working to implementing the scheme. In other words, you possibly not go down experience and it in practical sense, but we are working with those partners to implementing that scheme. It's going to roll over. We have to look at the possibilities of that one. But if me and you know say that's something we achievable, that's something if you happen a laudable adventure, then it's going to work and we get foresee. In relation to that, I don't drag you to the point of waiting the mobile clinics in terms of reducing cost. I don't give the analysis of how people you left Sidona village, then come. We don't get referral cases where people don't even get asked away for pay for Okada. Then people end up for die. If you get access to all of them, you go to Port Loco, for example, when are one of the beneficiary districts of this healthcare system. The hospital where they build about 210 bed hospital. Most of them cases and they wait for long refer for can you say can't fit on this, you now wait for access to the hospital there. That's as well they have. Yeah, so it's not a one day issue, but it's a plan that comes to waiting, like I've been saying, the forward thinking, the vision of this government, that the president they look at holistically how to liberate this country from every sector of the challenges rolled on the field.
So governments are on track in terms of healthcare? In terms of,
yes, doing that, working with partners to implement in that scheme.
All right. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online TV. And remember, say you say for the watch, we don't just want a message and they come in, keep sending them. Later in the program, we'll go for read the message them as we go look at more issues inside this edition of the breakfast show. We still get two members of parliament. Now the studio, we get Honorable Jibrila Shaw Moyjoy. It represents both districts under the Sierra Leone People's Party SLPP, and we also get Honorable Ibrahim Barry, they represent Bombali District under the All People's Congress APC Party. Today we look at some of the major things where the presidents make now in speech. Also, they do this state opening on Tuesday way pass. But members say you say for the Waji program can send a message to the number +232 7420 545 or drop on the comment section on the different platform them also on the Watch we.
It's continue for watch based on Liberty Television as we look at the president in speech during the state opening of the second session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. We will take you to more issues inside the program as we want to take you na court as Magistrate Sakekura na the Magistrate Court number 1 don't give bail to 3 people them except one na the male correctional center for we police alleged say them be thief property them from the Vatuf funeral home we cost over 30,000 new leons. Maratu Sheriff gets more and will now report.
30 years old driver Abubakar Fofana, 30 years old William Toure, driver, 32 years old Edward Rena, cleaner, and 47 years old Almami Sise, driver, don't appear before Magistrate Sakekura na the Freetown Magistrate Court number 1. For we police alleged say, them be thief property them from the Vatius funeral home, where cost over 38,000 new leons and 1,200 United States dollars. Then people here the tinap na court on 2 count charge them, we get for do with conspiracy to commit a crime, contrary to law, and office broken. Lastly, contrary to section 26(1) of the Lastly Act of 1916. According to the particulars of offense na that, Saturday, October 14, 2023, na Vatis funeral na Bowling Street Kintom na the western part na Freetown, been joined them together with other unknown people them for broke and enter inside the office of Daphne Davis and thief LG musical set, 1 LG 42 inches plasma, and plenty other thing them, we all cost over 38,000 new leons and 1,200 United States dollar when a property of Daphne Davis of the Vatius funeral home. Where the court been read and charged to the accused people them, they not agree for take any plea from them. Magistrate Sakekura been give bail to the first accused, the second accused, and the fourth accused, and may send the third accused go to the male correctional center. The magistrate be adjourned this case to August 12 this year. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mariatu Sheriff.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show. And from court to Samaya to Sheriff update you and waiting happen at court so far. We come back to the studio to we guess them. We'll continue for look at President Bio in speech. We're going to make now the state opening of the second session of the 6th Parliament, the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. And we can look at job creation. We all know say unemployment now one big thing because every year university graduates in the day, people self get skills training in the day, we need job. And on that job creation at President Bio in speech, I will just read the first sentence where the first paragraph they say job creation is crucial for thriving economy. Our youth employment scheme focuses on protecting, supporting and creating jobs across the country for our growing and youthful workforce. Honorable Jibrila, how best government waiting don't happen so far in terms of job creation? Waiting government don't do so far in terms of job creation, because a part of the thing and I know the president make mention of na in speech na parliament. What don't happen for job creation?
Okay, thank you so much. This reflects the third strategy of the 5 big changes, where we call the youth empowerment scheme. Yeah, in terms of the job creation, we get a clear target of creating 500,000 jobs within this 5-year course. And from the interconnectedness of the various pillars, each one of them they gear towards job creation. If you go down to the paragraphs and they look at, for example, where they mention the inland valley swarm development, the mechanization, the agricultural activity, they recruit a quantum of the youthful population of this country. Yeah. If you go now, for example, they talk about people where they operate tractors, where they operate the combined harvesters. They want to not be live with them. If we look at people like today where they on the street, where just the language. And people that really do then kind of service here where they call, they by far apart. So in terms of job creation, we now will get for limit with conversation to a specific model of how this job creation get for daylight. But we get for do with the holistic effort from different sectors in mining, in technology. Recently, you and I witnessed the tech city summit. I've been to Mani. That gets a whole package of almost young people never forget the opportunity for exhibits and talent, for get space for working at that kind of environment there. Yeah. So just recently, I talked to a very senior staff in our State House where they tell me about setting an annual goal, an annual plan of how they want to do the recruitment. We already do 1 year into that, rolling out. But going forward, they not set a target of about 150,000 every year, annually, where this get for span through all the sectors there we don't call. And in addition to that, we don't see the Ministry of Labour over the course of time. Honorable Barry here will attest to that. We they don't bring up so many of bills and for we pass in a parliament for ratified documents in terms of how workers them compensations we get for the quality of service. How we also they create a platform where people and where they come on other countries they come in terms of expatriate jobs. They will take the job and way me and you as Leone capable for do. Yeah, all the rigors where other countries before this time don't put comparatively as to where you come, you residential permit, your work permit, almost they don't pay. All geared towards we create a platform wherein we promote with Sierra Leonean youthful population for occupied spaces and day. Most of the jobs that we can see people in the common Kenya, in the common US, Canada, they can do. People are going for do
well, with that, Honorable, we still get more people with the struggle, for get job. Just like you mentioned about government, you think about having 500,000 people we then for employ, and governments just get few opportunities for employ people. If you look at the private sector gets that kind of capacity for employ more people, but we get still young people they graduate every year, and then people and they still they roam about without job.
So job creation, like I don't say, me and you know very well that the number of people that always still struggle for get this job, not to get the job overnight, everybody together, but it get for do it a process like you talk about the private sector. You now look at companies, for example, where they operate. You know the thousands of people that they get for the employing at them place a day. So for let government even make the space conducive for investment, it's a clear picture of saying when the investments they come from the private sector, we people in this country, the Sierra Leoneans, and they get for employ for go. So in the bid to this employment scheme, we create the platform for investment for let people come. Those the answers we always want to get an inclusive Sierra Leone, where we don't want people for create a picture that this place is not a safe ground. Because if you are not safe, people are not going to come for investing. And if you are safe with all the efforts and it was deliberate, you see the president in calmness in delivering this speech, encouraging everybody follow, put hands on deck and make sure say Sierra Leone is a stable ground. And by that, it's a clear roadmap for ensure say we get a space for employed people. As I talk to you, so do the government your own scheme them. You go now on HRM, you see we Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters where they come for can get people. Those are all part of the employment. When you just come on health, we talk about recruiting about 5,000 health workers. All the part of that scheme there. It's a holistic effort where they come. And we don't see them gradually. We don't see industries are now where they operate, and when you then industries are they operate to that they get for the workplace. When you talk about the one that we get for the producer, then we get for the produce cement, that's really and they get for camp. But until the government gets a clear picture of how to make the platform for let people invest into that. And doing this investment, you don't want to let people let it go. We don't get cases of where you don't get a job now one thing, but how your job secure, how the safety. Yeah, people say we don't work for almost month, we don't get paid. All landing as a very serious government, we don't try for through the Ministry of Labour, don't they put laws and together, we talk about the social protection bill, the occupational health and safety bill, different of that one is coming for ensure say we consolidate that particular drive day. So when somebody gets, whether it's a part-time job, but you get a clear map of that 6 months where you take there, that 1 year, 2 months, as the case may be, you get something for your life for take.
Honorable, on a scale of 1 to 10, how best you will assist this government with regards to creating job for the people?
And you know I will say 10. No. You know very well. I'll tell you. Because I don't tell you, say, the job creation is a process, and we don't start, you and I know, it's going. So yes, ma'am.
So no, the way you say you will put them on a scale of 10 over 10 for say government don't do well and job creation.
Is it just
so government
do well or doing well?
So government's comfortable with the number of jobs where they don't give to the young people.
It's
and
not.
so far.
I don't give you a clear agenda of, for example, annually in an annual plan, almost jobs they want for create for young people. If you go back to this speech, the second aspect or part 2, after the opening statement, we get for talk about peace, democracy, we talk about cohesion. You can't wait in the medium-term development plan, which I go President clearly make up that for a smaller nation of this kind get a clear pathway of who's one for go for the next couple of years. You need to get a clear development plan. For some of we hold on in at the NGO world, we know what it mean when you talk about what you want for do from now. If you go to the document from the minute from OPED, you see they get now what you call a theory of change, where they explain systematically that when you do this, they get this outcome. When you get this outcome, they get this impact by the time when they go. So for the next 5 years of a smaller country of this nature, the medium-term development plan gets a whole lot out of the 5 policy areas where they translate the big 5 game changers. A link to the 17 SDGs. Yeah? Where for by 2030, if the target is by 2030 going forward. So all of which we talk now, it's not going to happen as maybe we talk now. But you get forget a vision, you get forget a clear pathway as to how you will do this. Where they assure you say this government gets them clearly.
Alright, Honorable Jibrila, continue for the waiting at the studio. Let me just hear it from Honorable Barry. Let it tell the viewers them what did they think about job creation from the All People's Congress APC party in Parliament. How best una thinks the government don't do in terms of reducing unemployment?
So until here, we Honorable Modue say then at 10 over 10. So now the problem that starts. The problem that starts with where they paint a clear picture. In a sense,
but you see the platform for
you see how can you module? How can you? We are one of the our youth are 70% unemployed and underemployed.
No, if you were in the West, I would ask you for the source. But most of the figures the way they call are the they're not realistic. You cannot
I give 100% audience, right? You see me well. Like what that me former teacher tell me, he said the problem with some of the politicians is like we're in a different world. Maybe go out there. You know what it costs the Kushwe rise to this level? And you know, the level of unemployment is a big problem. And some of us, we all admit that we were in governance for 10 years. We know say that was still a challenge. This is still an area to improve on. But sometimes the way you start, I get one me on correct it and me say when you start with a lie, you just spend the rest of your life to defend that lie. How can you promise?
So if you don't put them 10 over 10, who say you to put them?
Maybe when you say 10 over 10, it means there is not even a room for improvement. And you know the reality. Go to the markets, go to those places. You understand? For now, we have a lot of area to improve. Forget about statistics because you say, Allah provide those evidences. No, you may see Honorable Modue. You know me say because you're a member of the ruling party, you are a people's representative. So when they talk about it, you people are not happy with you. Because if people are that want, they are suffering and you can't rate now say 10 over 10 in terms of job creation. We have a long way to improve and we cannot address the problem of job creation with lies. We have a lot.
So they're not in the right track?
They are not. The whole thing is they are not accepting. They are not giving us a clear picture. Sometimes governance is not just about goals. Not just for them to say, hey, we do well, this. Sometimes it's about admitting, and this is the whole problem I have with the entire speech. That day also I sit on as a young politician with the land. I was looking at the president. It was like what you would say, political honesty. The mommy say, he said, me, I look the one old speech. He said, I not see who sound at the admit. Me, what will they go through na market? What will they go through na the road say? What you picking the only pan there with push they go through? You have to admit that. So honorable, for let you say the job creation side now 10% now. It's like if I don't know there for improvement. For us, it's a big concern. Their strategy.
But what you go say, but the part from the president in speech will say, they don't reinforce the action here for job creation by enacting and proposing new legislation, including the Empowerment Act 2023 and the Work Permit Act 2023, upcoming bills such as Industrial Relations and Trade Union Bill and other one that we make mention of, because you see they're not on track.
No,
what you go say regarding that?
What are the for and one thing we go back to it and start with. The Bio government, they don't get excuse again. If you get 10 years, you don't do 6, and you still go on that day, you think about plans, this, that, make so. The truth of the matter is that our job creation context is so dire, and their approach is still filled with wishful promises, wishful. The whole problem we get in the country, for that you create job, you get indicators them. One, you get for create the enabling environment for the private sector for try. 2, you get for ensure say not to just job, but job. You know they go make a wash garden. You say you are increasing the number. You know they even we know they go back to the feed salon because we are going by things like this. But even there, when I go, not to me and there as an opposition. Like I say, we are not opposed to the development of the country. But one thing where we fully work towards, especially as young politicians now for not be honest with the people. If we not able to add for the people themselves, but all campaigns a picture. You know the problem with this? You go make tomorrow if somebody want to help yourself, he go say no, they were not 10 over 10. So me honorable, I want really let you.
So how you go honorable by how you go assess government
we current
on that scale, just like we asked honorable Moije.
I will admit say we are around 2 over 10. You know why I did do that? Because I did tell you say we have a bigger room for improvement. I will tell you say our job. You know how many people and they with degrees in this country. And I tell you, you know what I told this now? Not to say that they no more than 4, 2 have been on there for 10 years. This is a way we need to work on this. We need to create a level playing field for the private sector, but we need to admit the truth. You cannot say 10 over 10 in the job security sector. It is what like they did with the presidency in a campaign. The whole team have say 500,000 jobs. How? See, I don't have no food again. See, I don't have you will not be comfortable with this truth.
No, but honorable. I find it very difficult for
that is the SLPP. You find the truth very difficult.
You sound.
How can you rate 10 over 10, honorable, in the job creation?
Honorable, in an instance of this nature, you have severally repeated here, saying if I'm a lecturer, when you speak to the point and get fact. But not talk like any other person. As an honorable member, this even
10 over 10 and fact.
No, even shows your performance in parliament. Because you just read from the extract from this speech, waiting the parliament, for example,
what is that effort of young person. You don't
read that, and the proposed bill they wouldn't get for camp for.
You are just proposing.
So the question this my brother asked now clearly is not about whose side we did now. It's about how we rate this process.
He said, how you rate the job creation?
No, but I tell you say this. Therefore, I explained to you systematically the terms of creating the pathway.
No, what are you understanding the withdraw that 10 over 10 days. So you will have a room for
no, but honorable, wait till they talk about
they talk
about 2 over 10.
Because we have a long way, and I
let me just tell the viewers and then they say, and because we wrap up the program shortly, let me just go to the comment section and bring out the messages them. Then I'm going to respond to the messages them before we wrap the program up. When you look at messages and we don't come at the program so far, I go read from the YouTube channel, whilst my colleague go read from the Facebook. The very first message we are going to look at this morning from the YouTube channel, Alusain Kamara, they say, imagine on a scale of 10 ranked the government on job creation 10. All salon.
All right, I'll take this one from a Facebook page. It comes from Hassan Junior Bundu. It's a job creation is a sector wherein I don't even want to say a word because the job are only meant for people who are highly connected and the proper supporters.
All right, we look at more messages. This other one will come up from Kube. It says, can you please give us statistics of employment as of date?
The next one I will take, it come up from Jonathan Williams. We say, this definitely not going for read them because I guess certain things that we not call for read. I'll take another one. We come up from Aston Junior Bundu. It's a Mabel is doing. This one not to correct me, but you will continue.
Almami Turena, the YouTube channel, it say it's unbelievable to listen to some honorables talking about their papers whilst they are living at the expenses of the poor. Pay the taxpayers and be honest to the public.
The next one from we Facebook page come up from Joe Pesima. It's a Liberty TV, small scale farming, a backyard garden cannot impact market price. And the president, at the town hall, the president clearly stated that he is not promising a massive price drop in the next years because planting, harvesting, and selling takes time. China and other nations significantly subsidize the price for food.
Almami Turena, the YouTube channel, again, he said we still have a long way to go in terms of social justice to the people of Sierra Leone. We are now left with policies on papers and no work.
The next one, they come up from Mahmoud Fufana. I say, good morning, my people. Hope we are doing well. It's been a while. This now gets better message.
Sign Cameron at the YouTube channel. It says talking about feed salon when off-season production in IVS is still based on non-pipe water irrigation system. The perennial system has been water channels in IVS. Feed salon, I want to see you.
The next one coming from Alaji on our Facebook page. You see key findings of the February 2024 report indicate that 82% of the population are food insecure, among which 18% of households are severely in food secure.
This other message says we can't hike interest on import rice while you don't even know the timeline for harvest of our own.
The next one, they come up from Albert, now Facebook page. You see, honestly, short a ceremonial speech should be something the nation and the citizens should eager to hear and look forward to. Short as a speech like that of the key speech or the State of the Union address in the nation, the speech that laid out what the government or state intend doing in the upcoming year, short as an increase in the or reduce or rate of inflation, salaries, tax or reduction on the import or export of certain goods and services, or an introduction of new laws to the government.
All right, a lot of messages don't come in, but because of time, the final one I go look at. I will sign camera and face now the YouTube channel say talking about feed salon. How many agricultural business centers are there in Salon? How many of these ABCs are currently functionals? How many hectares of land is currently being cultivated? Now questions where they ask.
The last one I will take from a Facebook page come from Musa Al Hassan Kamara. It say, Honorable Moije, when will the president construct a cancer and radiotherapy center as promised that money recovered from corruption will be used to construct?
All right, well, from that message, and then we'll come to the members of parliament, where they represent the SLPP and APC at the studio this morning. We get Honorable Moijoy from the SLPP, and we also get Honorable Barry from the All People's Congress. But we go start with you, Honorable Moijoy. What do we think about the message and where people don't send? People, they ask questions.
Okay, I want to appreciate them for also joining this conversation. Yeah. One thing I want for start for establishing in terms of this job creation, because the more I see the banking coming, and let me try to understand when you say job, except otherwise, but in a third world country like Sierra Leone here, We know we 100% talk about a white collar job. And these are the problem where people get now. Everybody feels say if I wear coat and tie and go to office the next morning. We cannot get those jobs here like that, how people and they think up. And if you go to the rollout, for example, in this document, you will see where in terms of this job creation, we look at them holistically from every sector of development. In terms of agriculture, for example, talking about 18 cocoa, coffee and cashew block farms have been established, increasing productivity, entrepreneurship, sustainable livelihood. In that, 18 of that one day get for do with waiting people get for weekend. So not necessarily means say pass somebody get for go work na UBA or get for can work na Liberty TV. But you get different areas where this job creation they target. Just recently, my honorable colleague I know very well, we approved a document na parliament where we own Salon Brother come with for do it in a port. Yeah, and harbor infrastructure. You know, almost people get for be employed from that engagement. Nationalians, except for jobs that we people are waiting for do now. But the influx of people that we get for Canada is still there within the confine of the constructive effort for ensure say we create those jobs. Those are not impossibilities. I don't make up. The document speaks to that, the realities speak to that, and we get for understand that very well. That going forward, we go able for do this here. All the legislations where they come before we as parliamentarians. Now for ensure say the space is there and people are going for benefit from this.
All right, so as to the wrap up this edition of the program, what will be your parting words with the viewers, especially based on waiting the president? Don't go tell the public not the state's opening speech as to waiting governments they do now.
When you look at the state of the nation, why not they go to waiting I want for really discuss now? If it will become true, I look at the political state of this country and the socio-economic state. And therefore, for this 1 year, when you look at also the entire speech of 20 pages of about 193 paragraphs, you get to talk about how this country for be stable, the democratic principles we for follow. Because we know the 1 year we don't elapse, so the constraints that way this country go through. So why is the president being so deliberate? As a father of democracy, no doubt, it don't exhibit something beyond cause. It be in calmness, in manner of the presentation, for ensure say we not going to succeed as a country if we not come together. Calling on every Sierra Leonean, the major political parties, for ensure say we for go beyond politics to governance. And therefore, after politics, let we come together, put hands on them. Other than that, we will still go back and forth. If we brothers them from the opposition party, where they for giving the space, let we all work together, not give that space there. When right. It get the intermittent heat-ups, where it go draw back. All them plans that we don't set, by the time the year they done, we will still come back and they blame the government, say, we don't do this. Which in actual sense, me and you know say, we are not giving the space for let we do it. So going forward, let we all come together, let we look at the Sierra Leone. That's a bigger picture. Sierra Leonean is bigger than the two political parties. As Aristotle said, that the whole is greater than the sum of its constituent parts. And if we understand that we work together, we will be able to push this country to the next level. We all will enjoy. I want to tell you thank you.
All right, many thanks for joining at the program this morning. Over to you, Honorable Ibrahim Barry. As to the wrap up the program, waiting I take on the messages them and also waiting will be your parting words for the viewers.
I want to tell the people a way message. Thank you. I think me and most of the messages that we did in line say there is a serious challenge on the ground and there is a massive room for improvement. From the start of this program, as we welcome any drive towards development, but we need to be honest with ourselves and TC. I'm interrupt to Honorable. And then so I just received a message. From a colleague. He said, Honorable, maybe I not ask you about the state of the good governance. But maybe I go just...
We go keep on for another day because the issues are many.
The issues are many and we don't get time. So once again, we want to tell the people of Sierra Leone, let them continue for hope. The time not far again. We don't be a law-abiding party at a time when nobody not able to bear the pain where we go through. We not choose weapon. We not choose anything. we see everything what happen at this election. Not a single successful campaign in any of their districts. We go Pujeon, the Drevwe, we go Kono, we go Kenema. We get a peaceful one. On a day after the election, we don't flag bearer leader. They go now party office. Then come, then shoot, stay, then kill somebody. This no statement. Today, that president they did yesterday, and they call for unity, and they call for peace. We office, we see inside the first lady talk say, let we office them, no more survive to them. One we office now, party office now, everything. We no at the unity. No, we be I just the no majority of the talk about the insurgencies. Where power, where the election done. After the just allow me after the Qatar Center. After the election, the Qatar Center, all reports show say the election. No, then because then if you know, just listen. So with the let the people of Sierra Leone continue for the whole election. We dey ensure say we give them a thorough opposition. We dey push them people there to a point for ensure say we know deceive Sierra Leoneans, but ensure say Sierra Leoneans get what they deserve, and we are coming by the grace of God to take leadership of this country. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, gentlemen. We're on a genuine at the program this morning, and we want to say plenty thank you to always send on a message. You will like, comment, and tell more people about Liberty Online Television. Keep doing it. Continue for stay glued to Liberty Online TV as we go to bring on our programs them throughout the day as and when we get them. Until we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a good day and goodbye.
All right, my departing word. I want to wish Mabel you know, a happy birthday, belated, because yesterday was a splendid time so far. If you don't watch Liberty Television, you will see that particular celebration. So, of course, on behalf of the team, we want to wish we managing partner and a senior, you know, presenter for the Liberty Breakfast Show. Happy birthday. And me, Al-Hassan Kuma, stay blessed. Have a comfortable day. Bye-bye. There.
They are on a sign for we are the world.